And we are back. Welcome to the Plaza right here. Good morning, Wilmington. Shay, talk to the people, man.
Listen, if you're ready to look at some beautiful fashion and learn about fashion, we have the beautiful Dell Scott. She's an international fashion designer that is joining us. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you for being here this morning so early.
Yes.
Could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes. Well, my father's family is native to Wilmington.
Okay.
And I've been in the area since I was a teenager. I was born in the Midwest, but definitely called Delaware home.
Okay.
And I was that girl that played with Barbies, like many other girls. And, you know, the fashion plates and the paper dolls. So fashion was very much a fabric of who I am. Mm-hmm. And I was also born with eczema. So being born with eczema, very challenging skin condition, fashion became a way of escape for me to a place that was beautiful, you know, and my physical scars became my mental scars, so to speak. And it wasn't until I got much older that I realized that the physical ailment that I had didn't take away from the brilliance that I felt was inside of me, the gift that was inside of me. So basically my whole mission is about empowerment, and fashion is the platform that I do that on.
Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome, yeah.
Yeah, that is awesome. And so you say that you do have, you know, roots based out here in Delaware.
Yes.
But you are international.
Yeah.
You're all over the world. So you have taken, because you see a lot of little girls play with Barbies and do a lot of the same things that you spoke of, but not a lot of them are able to bring that to this type of fruition. Please talk about your journey and how you got here today.
I tell you, it has been a journey. This particular year, I was able to be in Europe. I was in Paris. I was in Dubai twice. This is my third consecutive cycle doing my own independent shows in New York. Okay. But I would say the journey humbly started at Delaware Fashion Week in 2015.
Look at that.
Founded Maria Beauchamp, and then there was First State Fashion Week. Layla Washington, so definitely humble roots.
I know Layla, yeah.
That was definitely the beginning for me, and from there, Atlantic City Fashion Week on to Philadelphia Fashion Week, which I definitely still present there as well, as their platform has been steadily growing. I would definitely love to do something here in Wilmington, create something here. I think that would be a treat. But for me, it's just something about a gown. My niche is formal wear. Okay. You know, when a woman puts on a gown or a cocktail dress, the way she walks, the way she talks, it just all changes the dynamic of her whole attitude.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Wow, that's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah. So someone that is looking to get into this field, like what advice would you give them?
You definitely have to have tenacity. You definitely have to be able to, as I call it, ride the wave. The different challenges. You are going to have moments where you want to scream, you want to cry, you want to give up. And I think you have to understand, or definitely feel that, you know what, you truly have a gift, you truly have a talent that this universe needs to see. Because there's so many talented designers out there. So you have to believe that what you bring to the table is needed. Like there's many other phenomenal formal wear designers such as myself. So I think it's that drive. Yeah. And especially when I create a gown and someone puts it on and they tell me how beautiful they feel, or I see pictures from clients that wear my garments and, you know, at different venues, events, I think that's what it does for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
It's good.
So what we're going to let now happen is that do it for our viewers.
Oh, I love it.
Right, so you brought some samples and some beautiful models here with you today?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I'm blessed. A few of my models who have walked the runway for me before have come and joined me today. I have 3 beautiful models. Okay. And the first one that's going to come up is Rain.
It's beautiful.
And she is wearing a design from my most recent collection, Anthos, which debuted at New York Fashion Week just last month. And the whole inspiration for Anthos was from my travels overseas. It's a floral inspiration. There's sequins, satins, and if you think about a flower, it's very moderate in appearance until it blooms. But when it blooms, you can't help but take notice. So she is wearing a black petal bodycon strapless dress with a black satin overskirt. I call myself a creative director in a sense because I also am very hands-on with the accessories. So the earrings that you see there, and also the shoes, to definitely create a full aesthetic.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Very pretty. Thank you.
And then next up we have India. She is wearing, and you can't help but feel like a princess in this as she looks today, a pink satin tutu gown with black floral pleat with stones as well. So if you're looking to be the princess of the ball, fuchsia and purples were definitely in this season. So I definitely wanted to play up on that. I don't necessarily always follow trends. I go with my inspiration, and it just always falls in line. So I'm blessed for that. And same with the accessories for her. We paired the same type of heel and earrings.
Very pretty. Listen, I'm gonna have to get their look, how they.
Right?
Well, you start walking into work every day in the morning like that.
I know the big joke was I began to tell them, well, you know, when you get up there, and then they looked at me like, I said, just do what you do. Let me stay in my lane.
I mean, they
making it do what it do.
Yeah. Definitely accessorize it goes together.
And then lastly, we have Shelby. And this is one of the other looks from my recent collection. She is wearing an asymmetrical one shoulder floral sequin gown. It has some tulle underneath, and then also I always like to accentuate the form of a woman. So when you think of the form-fitting, you know, silhouettes and the slit, high slit there, showing a little bit of leg, the sensual side of being the female.
Okay. Very nice, gorgeous, yes.
Wow, that was.
How long does it usually take you to make a gown?
Well, I tell you, as you're creating one collection, you're already envisioning the next.
Okay.
You know, a friend once told me you have to literally be insane to want to be a designer because you always stay on the hamster wheel, so to speak. But you figure the shortest cycle is between September and February.
Okay.
So you're not left with a lot of time. And then from February to September, again, you have more time. There's times when I've done it fairly fast, within a couple months. There's times when it takes longer. It just really depends on how I get my inspiration. Sometimes I'll get the name of the collection. Sometimes I'll envision the color palette.
Yeah, yeah.
So for me, going into the fabric store is kind of like that kid in a candy store.
That's fun, right?
Yes, it is, very much so.
And you speak of inspiration.
Yes.
Right? You speak of kids, right? And you're walking the walk. So how does it make you feel to know that you're inspiring future generations, right? Because like you said, you took your scars and you used them to give you power. And I'm sure you're passing that on to your models and the different people at work. So how does it make you feel to know that it's not just about the fashion?
It feels really good. And I think it was some years ago that I realized that it was more than just a gown or a pair of shoes, so to speak. And I've had, you know, women, you know, DM me, send me messages. I've had a lot of my models say, you know, it was such a pleasure working with you. You're one of the nicest designers. Because, you know, I think a lot of times models don't get their just due. But I understand that it takes a team to make this work. I understand that my designs don't come to life until the models put them on. It takes the hair and makeup team. It takes production. It takes everything for it to come off very successfully to carry out the mission. But for me, it was kind of laid on my heart. I used to do presentations on image, you know, with women in my own age demographic, but it was laid on my heart. We got to go back and get them at a younger age. Because that's where a lot of these issues of self-esteem, lack of confidence starts, like with what I had. So I mentored the ISAT program. I've done that between Newcastle County, Kent County, middle school, high school level. I've done other presentations and workshops on image, how image is so important, not just from an exterior point of view, but mentally, how you perceive yourself.
Absolutely.
And I'm big on doing a lot of charity. I've done Go Red for Women, the Southern region, and some other things as well.
Wow, you're doing amazing things. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Definitely. So if someone is interested in getting getting a gown designed by you,
I think she's hinting at something.
How would they?
Like all of her questions
We're waiting for your
going
call.
towards
I'm just asking for the people. I'm asking for the people.
For a friend.
You know, I'm asking for the people. But how would they go about doing
they can
that?
definitely contact me via my website, dellscottcollection.com.
Okay.
I am also based out of Morgans of Delaware, which is 222 Delaware Avenue. Morgans of Delaware has been a staple in our community, so I can set up private appointments there as well. I have some of my accessories there from the Dell Scott collection and a jewelry line that I have as well.
Nice.
So when is the next event, right? Because she definitely is trying to come get a dress, but when's the next event that you have upcoming? And what does the future hold for Dell Scott?
I'm looking to take it even further. I will definitely be overseas again, come spring. So definitely back in Paris, looking at Milan, possibly. I kind of want to just tap into every market if possible. And I think with me, it's just, I believe we should all tap into every gift we have.
Absolutely.
Before we leave this earth, because there's definitely someone there that needs to benefit from what we have to bring to the table. As far as my next event, my new book, my book here, She Designed a Life She Loved. I'm going to have a book release October 29th.
Okay.
This month, it's going to be hosted at Morgan's of Delaware, and you can register for free to attend DellScottCollection.com.
Perfect.
That is
Awesome.
perfect.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We look forward to the book. She looks forward to getting a dress. And
that's what it's all about.
And I believe that our viewers definitely benefited from having you on the show today. So thank you for stopping by the Plaza.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
It was such a pleasure.
Thank you to the beautiful models as well.
Yes. Be careful. Don't put any of those dresses down. All right? Keep them on and leave. With
Let's hurry up and get them bagged up.
Let me get them shoes.
And the shoes, those too. So listen, this is the energy all morning right here on Good Morning Wilmington on the Plaza. And we're just going to finish. We saved the best for last, so please stay tuned. I'm going to get my singing voice ready just in case you don't want to.
Me.
Right? Because we have an amazing choir director coming up next.
Yes, we do.
So go do what you need to do. Take a quick break, and we'll be back in 2 minutes.
We'll be back.